everybody, good afternoon and happy Tuesday. And it is that time again, time for me to put some disgusting food into my stomach so all you guys can leave comments about how horribly I eat. It is what it is. So yes, it is lunchtime. Again, the weather is beautiful right now. Yes, the beautiful is weather right now. I am so dyslexic. The weather is beautiful right now. I wish I was not here. I wish I was out doing something fun outside with the family or something like that. But it is what it is. Got to make money so I can go out and do fun things with the family. Kind of a double-edged sword, but that's life. So all right, let's go get some food. I have no idea what that's going to be, but I'm sure it's going to be something bad. Well, I think once again, Five Guys. I know this might be hard to believe, but I didn't have a single hamburger yesterday, which is really, really weird. Kind of my deciding factor on what I'm getting for lunch today. Hello, old friend. Back to work. You have got to be kidding me. Once again, 2 for the price of 1. Life truly is wonderful. Gotta keep that girlish figure. And we are done work, and it is that time, once again, time of the week, to hit up our local Goodwill. So let's go inside, see what they got. Well, the good news is I am seeing some new stuff here. It does look like they have restocked. Unfortunately, I'm not necessarily seeing anything I need. Definitely some cool titles though. Ali G, Disney Princesses, Underdog, The Eagles, multi-feature sets, Hellraiser 1 and 2, and even some Blu-rays. All very cool, but nothing I need. Okay, hold on. Actually, I found something pretty awesome. Seasons 1 and 2 of Rome for only $6 a piece. At least I'm assuming season 1 is $6. There's no price on it. Season 2 has a price. I have no idea, but this is pretty awesome. I've actually never seen this show. Definitely one I want to get into. So for $6 a piece, these are going home with me. All right, so that looks to be about it for the DVDs. So let's check out the CDs. Unfortunately, not too much going on, but I am definitely going to pick up some Chubby Checkers. Well, that is about it, but this is totally awesome. This Care Bears, I believe it's, yes, Pizza Hut mug. How awesome is that? I should start collecting these. All right, well, that is it for Goodwill. Ended up picking up some pretty cool titles, as you saw. I ended up grabbing one extra title, too, on the way out, which was great, but we'll take a look at everything I grabbed and the bonus title I grabbed when we get back home. And I am home, but I'm starving. I need food. Chicken fingers, chicken fingers, chicken fingers, and fries. All right, food has been consumed. I am now a happy man. Let's take a look at everything I picked up today from Goodwill. So, as you saw, wasn't the most amazing trip ever. They did have some decent finds. It's just mostly all stuff I had. And let me quickly say that pretty cool Hellraiser 1 and 2 double feature set they had, which was pretty neat. Even though I already have Hellraiser 1 and 2, I probably would have picked it up, but the discs. I forget if I had 1 or 2 discs in it, but either it or they were horribly scratched, so I passed on it. I mean, even though I was just going to get it for collecting purposes, I still passed on it, but it was kind of cool. But that was the only other thing I really saw that I had any interest in. Everything else that they had that was neat, I already owned, so I did not need. But I did grab a few things. So first thing I picked up here that I'm going to show you is Chubby Checkers Twisted Up. Got this for 97 cents. It's Chubby Checkers. I mean, how could you go wrong with Chubby Checkers? He actually is from the area. I think he was actually born in like South Carolina or something like that, I think, down south. But he was like raised here in Philadelphia. So he wasn't born in Philadelphia, but basically from and raised in Philadelphia, which is pretty cool. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think like the mother of my mom's friend like lives next door to him or something like that, which is pretty crazy. So Chubby Checkers, very awesome. I don't think anything about Chubby Checkers, and this is actually a double CD, double CD set, which is really cool. And I'd show you, but I can't get the other CD to come out now for some reason. I assure you, look. 2 CDs, while the other one's not coming out. I have no idea. But that's pretty awesome that it actually has like a boatload of Chubby Checker songs on it. So definitely a good deal for 97 cents. Awesome. Gotta love Chubby Checkers. And then I did pick up the complete first and second seasons of Rome, which I do believe is the complete series. Am I correct about that? There are no more seasons than 1 and 2, I think. Pretty sure. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Rome is a show I've never watched. I remember, this was somewhat popular. I remember hearing people talk about it. I mean, it must not have been super popular. It only lasted 2 seasons, but I do remember hearing about this show and hearing people say they liked it, so I don't know. Figured I'd pick it up. They were only $6 a piece. As I said, season 2 had the $5.97 price tag. Season 1 had nothing on it, but they just gave it to me for the same price. So yeah, $12 total for 2 seasons of Rome in perfect condition. sounds good to me. I'm looking forward to checking this show out. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. So if you watch the show and you like it or you don't like it or whatever you think, leave a comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. I'm just looking forward to checking it out. It's an HBO show. They're usually pretty good. And then the title I picked up, this is the bonus title, the mystery title. This I just grabbed. I was about to leave, and I'm just kind of glancing over the video games, and this was in with the video games, and I had to grab it. And this is Lyricist Lounge Hip Hop Video Classics. Look at that. This is $1.97. This is pretty cool. All these great videos from Run DMC and Chub Rock and Houdini, Tribe Called Quest, Common, very cool. Mobb Deep, Biz Markie, Wu-Tang Clan. So just a lot of fantastic artists and their videos, which is really, really cool. The disc, unfortunately, is a tiny little bit scratched. You guys know me. I want them in perfect condition. But when am I going to come across this again? I've never seen this before. This is just one of those things. It's like, if I don't pick it up, I'm never going to have this in the collection. I just don't ever come across it. So I figured, whatever. It wasn't scratched to the point where I think it's going to cause any issues. I'm sure it'll play just fine. But my OCD is bugging me with this. But, yeah, like I said, I usually don't buy stuff with scratches on it. And if this was really badly scratched, I would have completely passed. But just a tiny little bit scratched. If it's something that is more rare, something I just don't ever see, something I'm probably never going to come across again, I'll pick it up. Whatever. It's only $2. And the price also, I mean, if it was like $10, obviously no, or even $5, no. But at $2, yeah, I grabbed it. So very cool. Looking forward to checking this out and seeing all these great videos. And I guess there's all kinds of special features too, which is really, really cool. Like some, let's see, what is here? DJ Boogie Blind live at the turntable. Very cool. So some awesome stuff on here. That is great. Definitely had to grab that for $2. Sounded pretty cool. And that was everything I picked up today. So again, not the greatest hunt ever. The last 2 times I've been at that local Goodwill, I haven't really hit big. But that's the way it goes. That's why I love shooting these daily videos for you guys, is to show you guys I don't always hit big. Sometimes I come home with amazing deals. I mean, the last time I was at Goodwill over the weekend on Friday when I hit pretty big with all those laser discs and the really cool DVDs and whatnot, that was awesome. That was amazing. That doesn't happen all the time. That happens sometimes. So just because to show you, sometimes you walk out with just a couple DVDs. Sometimes I don't walk out with anything. I'm sure that'll happen in the near future. But anyway, all right, guys. So that was that. Let's watch a movie. And tonight we're going to dive into my smart TV because I do not yet have a physical copy of this movie. We're going to check out Independence Day Resurgence. Okay, Independence Day Resurgence. It was okay. I was not really blown away by the film. I was kind of expecting more out of it than what I got. I was hoping for something a little bit different, you know, a fun continuation of the first movie, which I love. I love the first Independence Day. This is one of the few times where I've watched a sequel but didn't watch the first movie to get myself, you know, recall it back up. I've seen Independence Day so many times. I saw it in the theater, and then I've seen it like a million times afterwards. It's a great movie. It came out in '96. It's been 20 years now, and I've probably seen the movie at least 20 times, like once a year. I've seen it so many times. I love the film. It's great. So I was kind of hoping for, you know, something new, something fresh, but something, you know, maybe a little bit similar at the same time, but something that brings at least something new to the table and is very interesting and a great continuation. What I was not expecting was pretty much the first movie again. That's pretty much what we've got here. And that was the main downfall, in my opinion, of this movie, is the fact that it felt way too similar to the first movie. A lot of the stuff that happens in the first movie happens again in this movie. There's quotes, there's scenes, there's all kinds of just things like that we already saw in the first Independence Day. Why do we need to see it again the second one? It doesn't make any sense. Why are we doing all this stuff again? Like, why wasn't something original written and thought of that could have made the movie stand out from the first movie? You know, yes, it's a sequel. It has to have its similarities. It has to have something to tie in the first movie, of course, but you also want to make the movie stand apart from the first movie and make it its own thing, its own great film that just is a fantastic sequel. Whereas this one just felt like it almost felt like a remake in a sort of way. That's kind of the way I would say this. It's almost like a remake or a reboot of the first movie. I kind of felt that that's sort of what happened. But of course, the aliens are back, and they this whole big thing where they explain why the aliens attacked in the first place. We find that out, and how we're gonna defeat them, and all that stuff. And it just there's too many winks and nods as well to the first movie, which, especially the beginning of the movie. The beginning of the movie was a little hard to watch because there's just so much fan service. Now, fan service can be okay when it's done right, it's done in a smart way, and there's just a little bit of it, but it was like right in the beginning of the movie, it was just constant fan service, fan service, fan service. You know, remember the first movie? Remember this? Remember that? Remember this? There's the portrait of Will Smith, and you know, it's like, okay, a lot of that. A lot of the cast is back as well. Not Will Smith, of course, but a lot of the cast returns in this movie, which also sounds interesting when their parts would have made sense. And that's the problem. Some of the cast that comes back and is shown, I felt just kind of came back because they were like, yeah, we'll come back. Okay, cool. And they just sort of shoehorned them into the story. Characters... I have nothing wrong with characters coming back. I like that. I like when you get like a movie and tons of the cast comes back from the original. That's awesome. But when you're just going to shoehorn those characters into the story just because they said they'd come back and do the sequel, then it doesn't really make any sense. Why are these characters in the movie if they're not going to help the movie? Yes, it's great to see them back, but not if they're not going to help the movie out. Not if they're just going to be like this weird characters. Like, why do we even care about you being in the movie? It's like, stuff like that happens. So in the end, I didn't hate the movie. It kept me entertained. It was interesting, but it really just felt like a rehash of the first film. It felt like I was watching the first Independence Day all over again, but just not as much fun. I thought this movie was not nearly as much fun. It didn't have that great, it's a Roland Emmerich movie. It's a popcorn movie, as I call them. Just a movie where you just sit back, and you just munch your popcorn, like, yeah, this is interesting, this is fun, this is cool. It's cheesy, it's goofy, it's ridiculous, but man, am I having fun watching it. That's the first Independence Day. This movie's kind of just like, it's keeping me entertained, but it's not really fun. It's just kind of like, it's okay. It's all right. I don't hate the movie, but I'm not blown away by it, as opposed to the first movie, which, again, I wasn't blown away by the first movie, but it was fun. The first movie is so much fun, and that's what makes it so entertaining and so enjoyable. And the reason why I've seen it so many times, will I watch this movie again? I'm sure I will. Again, I don't hate the movie. It's okay. I can see myself definitely checking it out again down the line. Maybe I'll do, an Independence Day marathon or something where I'll watch both movies back to back or something like that. I would totally do that. But I don't see myself rewatching this one over and over and over again. I'll still watch the first Independence Day, again and again and again. This movie, I'll watch maybe a few more times, until the day I die. Maybe I'll see it like 3 or 4 more times, maybe a top, maybe once or twice. But I don't know. So is it worth a watch? If you're a fan of the first movie, yes. If you liked if you're like me and you liked Independence Day, you thought it was a great movie, you thought it was really fun, very entertaining, see this movie. It's an okay continuation. It's all right. It is worth checking out if you're a fan. But if you're just your casual fan of Independence Day, maybe you just watched it because, hey, Will Smith's in it, I'll check it out. You're not some big fan of the movie. You kind of sort of liked it. Then you really have no need to see this movie because you're just going to be watching the same exact movie, but just not as good, and you're gonna hate it then because you didn't really care for the first one all that much. So I'm only gonna say see it if you're a big fan of the first movie. If you don't really care, then it's nothing you need to check out. I was kind of disappointed. Again, I was entertained. I don't regret the last 2 hours of my life. It was an okay movie. I had fun watching it, but I really wanted something fresh, something that, is a great continuation, but is a fresh story, not just scene after scene after scene that is just a rehash from scenes from the first movie. It really just felt like that. So, again, in the end, I would say see it if you like the first movie. If you didn't really care for all that much for the first movie, then you really have no need whatsoever to check this film out. All right, and of course, with that, I am off to bed, so I can get up nice and early tomorrow so I can have some more time with you guys. This whole getting up at 6:30 in the morning thing, I know probably many of you get up at like 5 or 4 or even earlier than that. For the last 14 years, I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning, so now getting up a half hour earlier, and the fact that I usually don't go to bed till like 1, 2 o'clock at night, I need to fix that. That's my main problem. It's a half hour less sleep I get, but the good news about it is that leaving that half hour early gets me to work almost an hour early because I skip a lot of traffic. There's not as much traffic. Just that little half hour difference makes up for a lot of traffic, and getting out of work early means more time with you guys. It means more going to Goodwills and pawn shops and Walmarts and Targets and all kinds of stuff like that. It means more time with you guys, more time I can go out and hunt or go see something neat or interesting and show it off to you guys. So that's why I'm doing this, because I really want to have more time with you. I don't want to just have my whole day be like, I'm at work, now I'm at home. Now I like, maybe that's okay every now and then, but I would certainly like to go on some adventures with you guys throughout the week, and getting up a half hour earlier can make that happen. So it sucks. I would certainly like an extra half hour of sleep, but I'm doing it for you guys. You guys are that important to me. Who needs sleep when I've got you guys? So, all right. So, yeah, I do need to get to bed now because I'm going to try to get to bed at an actual decent hour tonight. We'll see. So, all right, as always, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, hit that subscribe button and you're going to get one. And if you want to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, one of many designs you can choose from, then head over to cinemasickness.spreadshirt.com where you can get yourself one of these. And finally, if you would like to support new content, just show your thanks and appreciation and keep these videos coming your way every single day, then head over to patreon.com/cinemasickness where the simple donation of $1 or as much as you like really does go a long way. All goes directly back into these videos, and as your extra little bonus, gains you early access to most of my videos as well. So again, that is it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. Whoa, not okay.